Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? My name is Deborah and I'm here to give you my first impression of a Chinese drama I am currently watching titled My Dear Guardian, starring Li Xin and Johnny Huang or Huang Jingyu. So go ahead and grab your tea mugs and come along with me on this journey as we review My Dear Guardian. Let's go! Alright, so this is a drama that's currently airing. If you have VIP IZ, currently 12 episodes have aired. If you don't have VIP episodes, VIP, then you will only get 6 episodes this week. But I have VIP, so I've watched 10 episodes. The remaining 2 episodes came out today. I was at work, so I'll watch it right after I'm done making this first impression. However, I am like, let me come and tell you guys my thoughts on this drama real fast. Right, so a brief summary of what this show is about. So this is actually based on a book. It's gonna have 40 episodes in total, I believe. And this is basically a drama about a male lead and a female lead. The brief summary is basically he's in the military, she's in the military. However, he's in the military special forces and she is a doctor in the military. And so they meet in a foreign country, and when they meet, their first impression of each other is really horrible. And she was eating, he splashed water on her by mistake and she flips on him, and right after that there's a terrorist attack and she tries to basically save someone, and his teammate tries to save her while she's saving someone and ends up getting shot, and so he can't stand her because of that, because he feels like it's her fault that he almost lost his teammate. So they really get into a bad footnote, right, in this foreign country. They come back to China and it turns out that their moms are like really close friends, and so their moms basically try to hook them up by making her move into his apartment. Of course, she doesn't realize it's his apartment. And so she moves into his apartment and they have to be roommates, and he doesn't want to be roommates with her. So he basically tells her, dude, you have like X number of days to move out of my apartment and stuff. I can't stand you. You can't stand me. We cannot live together. Right? And so basically while they're living together and stuff, they like have their problems and their banters and everything, and their parents are trying to hook them up. In comes our second main lead, who is basically this drug dealer slash human trafficker who is in love with our female lead and in a relationship with our female lead when they were in high school. However, he bailed on her due to some reasons that we are coming to understand as episodes are going, so we don't know the full story, but he bailed on her. And when he bailed on her, she lost it. Let's put it that way. She was depressed, she lost it, etc and etc, and ever since that day she hated people in the special force because her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, wanted to be in the special force, and so she hated people in the special force. So that might explain a little bit of the relationship she has with Amelia, a little bit. But anyway, so he comes back, this second male lead, he comes back, and I told you he's like our main bad guy, right? So he comes back to China in order to get this information for like this drug that her dad is creating, and the only way to get that information, instead of like going the bad way of like killing people and stuff, which the way he's going is also bad, but he decides to try to win her love back in order to win her trust and get that information from her and her dad that way. Basically, it's the story of how this girl goes through her love life with our male lead and how they tackle the different forces that are out to get them, be it medically or like environmentally wise, in terms of like terrorists and bad guys and things like that. That's basically what the story is about, okay? Alright, now let me tell you my opinion on this drama. Let's start with our male lead and our female lead. So I absolutely, disclaimer, I absolutely love our female lead Lizine. I absolutely love Amelia, Huang Jingyu and stuff. Like, I absolutely love this too, and I love their shows. So I like looking forward to like what is coming out from them, especially Huang Jingyu. So I was really excited about this. Now, another reason I was excited about this is because of like the military aspect of it and the doctor and how it connects to Descendants of the Sun. Now, beware, this drama is not a remake of Descendants of the Sun. Even though IZE is promoting it as a remake of Descendants of the Sun, it is not similar to Descendants of the Sun story-wise. Did you just hear the story I just told you? It's not the same as Descendants of the Sun at all. The only similarity is she's a doctor and he's in special forces. Apart from that, it ain't similar at all. So don't worry, you're not watching a remake of Descendants of the Sun if you absolutely hated Descendants of the Sun. Now, for those of you who have watched You're My Hero, because there's so much people, like, just because You're My Hero aired really recently, there's so many people who keep comparing the two. I feel like you really shouldn't compare the two. It's slightly unfair because they're really two different stories. I feel like You're My Hero was more focused on like a slice of life feel mixed with romance and a little bit of action and stuff that just kind of completed the story and perfected the story, while this is more of like unrealisticness. Oh my, that's the best way to say it. And the like proof that this has like a lot of unrealistic, not slice of life. When I say unrealistic, that's what I mean. Unrealisticness is the fact that we hear the thoughts of the cat. Like, that is one thing that immediately throws you off and you're like, wait, is this cat about to like become human? Am I watching a fantasy? Like, I'm confused. For a while there, I literally was like, wait, is this going to turn into fantasy at one time where the cat will suddenly become human? Like, what is going on here? Why am I hearing the thoughts of the cat? So that already tells you not to take this drama too seriously. And I say that also because I know there are medical students out there. They're gonna watch this and gonna be like, what the hell did I just watch? So I'm just throwing this out here. Just be prepared. Don't go into this drama expecting reality. You really shouldn't expect reality with this drama, okay? It's basically crazy things that happen in a 1 in a million chances or 10 in a million chances that occur in this drama, okay? So just letting you know. Now that we have gotten all that out of the way, because I am definitely not going to, that was all I needed to say about You're My Hero. I'm not going to compare again. Like I told you, I feel like they're so different. Even in the storylines, like I just told you, the only similarity between Descendants of the Sun and You're My Hero and this particular drama is one's like in the special force and the other is a doctor. That is it. Apart from that, the stories are really different for all three dramas, okay? All right. Now let's go into my opinions on the drama. Let's talk about our female lead. Okay, so our female lead is someone who tends to speak without thinking. Especially when she's agitated. And you notice this, like this is a character trait of hers, because you notice that she's one of those female characters that speaks their mind. Like, they don't hold their thoughts in their head, they speak it out loud, which for me I could relate to, not because I speak my thoughts out, I really don't, but because I have written, I write also as a side job hustle, and I have written like characters like her who basically speak what they think. And recently I've literally been learning about how there's certain people in the world who don't think, they just speak and stuff. So from that perspective, I basically get where she's coming from. But that character trait of hers of basically just speaking without thinking might agitate and annoy a lot of people out there. Like, she is a character that you either love or you hate. I feel like there's no in between for her. Her type of character trait is the type of character that you either really like or you really hate. And fortunately for me, I really like her character. Like, it works for me, but this is a character that might not work for everyone, so just beware. Okay, so she's someone that her character makes her seem like she's immature, but I feel like she's only really that way with the people she has a relationship with, especially the male lead, because you don't see her act the same way with her patients and stuff, and people that she isn't close with. She basically gathers herself together, respects herself, and acts matured when she's with people that are strangers or not really people that have a relationship, an established relationship with her. But as long as she feels like, oh, we know each other, then she basically lets down her guard, and you see that trait of hers that I just talked about, where she just basically literally, she's a talkative who talks a lot without stopping. Like, I'm saying, all these traits are things that might annoy you, but like I said, for me, it really doesn't annoy me, but it endears me to her because she does it in a cute way to me. To you, it might be annoying. So just beware. But she does it in a really cute way that I really find endearing. So for me, it's not annoying. Plus, like I said, she doesn't do it to people that she's not close to. It's only the people that she's close to. And some might say, but Deborah, she was also really like that, like really mean and out there and just speaking without thinking with the male lead. Like the first time they met, they fought and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I understood that part, like that aspect of her fighting with him without knowing him. Like, that was wrong. I totally don't agree with her action at that point. But hey, we needed a reason for her to hate him. And unfortunately, the writers chose it to be that way. So go blame the writers. Don't come at me. However, I have no issues with it. Like, I basically tweeted, I said, oh, like when I watched like how they met the first time and how she flipped on him, I went, well, for me, I personally wouldn't flip on someone because I realized that it was done in error. It wasn't done on purpose. However, this is probably why I haven't met my Huang Jingyu. So I'm just saying, maybe we all need to start flipping out like her in order to meet our Huang Jingyus. Or Liang Muzei, which is Huang Jingyu's character's name in the drama. So I'm just saying, I really do like it, but it may not work for everyone out there. Now for our male lead. Our male lead is basically the opposite of her. If she's a 10, he's a 1. How I just said she's a talkative and she flips on people like real fast. She's quick to anger and stuff. He's the total opposite. Like, he is very calm, collected. He's basically extremely streamlined in the way that he acts and stuff. So I feel like they're the perfect match in that way, because when she's flipping and like over him, he's just okay. Literally, and that is literally his reaction sometimes to her, which makes her even more mad. Like, excuse you, I am flipping on you, and that is all you have to say. And I also love how shady he is. He is such a jerk. And so shady in the most, like I said, streamlined, one-dimensional, boring way you could think of. And you're like, wait, did he really just say that with a straight face and stuff? So I really, really love that about our male lead. How streamlined, blunt, honest he is. But I think one thing I love about the male lead also is that while he has these traits and stuff where he may seem like a jerk, he might seem closed off and all, once he establishes a relationship with you, he is someone who could literally take a bullet for you. He is fiercely loyal. I really, really appreciate how loyal he is to people once he basically establishes that bond and that relationship with you. So that's a positive trait of our male lead. That's something I really, really love about our male lead. Something else I love about our female lead is I love her love for her job. Like, I see a lot of comments saying she acts like she's a know-it-all and all that, and I agree that she acts like a know-it-all with people that are close to her. However, she doesn't act that way in regards to her job, and that's something I appreciate, because if they had brought that trait into her job too, that would have probably ruined it for me, because that's my issue with one of the doctors in the dramas. For those of you who have already watched My Dear Guardian, I'm referencing Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee acts like a know-it-all, and she almost led to one of the characters losing his life, Xiao Jun, losing his life. Luckily, our female lead figured out that something might be wrong and stood her ground and sought help to further investigate what might be going on with this dude and stuff. However, I like I said, that she isn't a know-it-all with her job, because there's even this scene, and proof number one, there's this scene where someone gets injured, right? And everyone looks to our female lead like, how do we fix this? And she looks around and goes, I really do not know. I don't know. Why are you asking me? I don't know. So I really like that she's a true resident in that aspect, that she's not a know-it-all. She doesn't know everything. She's willing to learn when she doesn't know, and she's willing to admit, at least in regards to her job, when she really doesn't know something. And when she knows something, she at least seeks help in fixing it, and she doesn't just let it go because of the whole seniority process and stuff that might end to someone losing their life. So I don't know, for me, that really endears me to her, and that makes me really like her. So I just thought I should throw it out there. Maybe that will help for the people out there who really can't stand her, but I really love that trait about her. So yeah, based on that, I feel like there's a balance in their relationship in terms of how they push each other, our male lead and our female lead. Like I said, one's a 10, one's a 1. So when they come together, they mush really well, and there's a fine balance between them, which I really appreciate and like. Something else I love with our male lead is he might seem like someone who isn't in tune with his emotions, but I love how he notices the little things about our female lead, and he's so in tune with emotions, not just about him, our female lead, but also others around him. I also like how smart he is in terms of, there's this scene where someone basically came into his house, and I just kept on thinking, I'm like, if this dude comes back home and he doesn't realize that a stranger stepped into his house, he is not worthy of being called the captain of a special force team. But I really appreciated that when he came back home, he was able to notice, hey, someone broke into my home. This doesn't look normal. Nothing was broken or anything. That was what made it even more special, that nothing was broken. However, just one thing that was out of place made him realize that, hey, someone must have broken into my home. I need to call the cops. Let him come and basically try and debug this place and see if any bugs were left. So I really appreciated that, because that made his job and his skills seem real and believable to me, just because of that action that he had taken. So that's something I really like about this drama. Something else I love about this drama is that our male lead knows his limits in terms of the things he can do and that the paths that he shouldn't cross. And you see that in terms of how I just talked about how fiercely loyal he is. He can even take a bullet for you and all. He was so loyal to one of his friends that he lost, that he basically promised to take care of this family for the rest of his life, right? However, he knew that while, yes, I have promised to take care of this family for the rest of my life, and I will do so, that doesn't mean I am going to marry my friend's wife just to basically fulfill this promise that I made, or to make the friend's family feel better and stuff. So I really like how he knew his limit. Yeah, I can be there for you, but that doesn't mean I have to marry you to be there for you. So I really appreciated that. Something else I love about them as a duo is how their parents have their back, and so you know that any problems that come in this relationship is not gonna be from a family perspective. It's literally, and by family perspective I mean their family not wanting them to be together, because all the moms are trying to do is hook them up. So you know there's no problem in that aspect, and any problem they have in their relationship will be from outside forces, like friends, job, something like that, like bad enemies and things like that. It's not going to be because, oh, our parents don't want us to be together. So that's something that I appreciate so far about this drama. Something else that I really love about the duo, our male lead and our female lead, is their banters. Their banters, like some of the things she says, don't get me wrong, like some of her arguments are like, honey, dearest, my boo. I feel like right now you're just arguing with him for arguing's sake. Like, you don't have a reason to be arguing with this dude right now. However, I still appreciate their banters. I think it's mainly because of the way he reacts to her. So that for me dampens any annoyance or agitation I might feel towards how she acts towards him, just because of the way everything she does just kind of bounces off of him, and then he gives it to her back in such a mellow way that you're like, oh damn, bruh, okay. If you're gonna be like that, okay. It's stuff. So I really love their banters. Their banters might annoy some people because, like I said, some of the arguments that she brings literally have no head and no tail, and you're like, honey, why did we even start this argument? However, I do like the banter. I like their conversations and stuff that they have, and it just makes for good drama and good TV, and it makes me laugh. So I really do enjoy it, and it makes you look forward to like their actual physical chemistry when it starts to build up. Something else I also love about their banters is how they're only so childish, like I said, with each other, especially him, because she can be that childish with her family and her best friend, but he's only that way literally with her. So I really like, that's something that endears me about seeing two of them together, because you know sparks are going to fly one way or another, either through an argument or through sexual tension. Like, there's gonna be some sparks flying. So I really do like that about the duo's relationship. Something else I love is that the chemistry, in terms of like physical chemistry, like sexual tension, is building up slowly. It's not something we've gotten immediately. So if you're going into this expecting that immediately, no, it comes gradually as they learn more about each other and they learn to understand each other more. That gradually builds up. So I really do like that, and I do appreciate that. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is like the army stuff. I really love each time they train. Like, they show us the military training and all. It's really cool. I really like that. In terms of like the actual them going on missions and fighting the missions, I've seen better, so I literally wouldn't give them like a high for that, but I do enjoy watching the military training. I think my only complaints with the military training and stuff and them going on missions is they need to stop playing the rap OSTs because they suck. I'm sorry, the OSTs in this drama are not the best. I've had better OSTs. So the OSTs, each time I hear the OSTs, I always feel like, oh, I need to mute this. So I am not a fan of the OST, especially like the rap OSTs. I'm like, it sounds all over the place. It doesn't sound right, and like it doesn't sound rhythmically right and stuff. So I just don't appreciate that. However, something else I really love about this drama is his bromance with his friend, played by Uhao, who is like a special appearance. His friendship with his friend who's dead. I know he's dead, so it sounds weird saying I like the bromance like he has with a dead person, but I really look forward to those reminiscent scenes and stuff where he remembers their relationship, and just we get a peek into his past and his relationship with his best friend. I really love those scenes. I love the bromance between them, and how even though his friend is gone, he's still so fiercely loyal to his friend. So I really love that bromance. I appreciate it. Something else I really love is his team and his leader, and how fiercely loyal they are to him too, literally, and how they're always on his side. His team kind of reminds me of like the You're My Hero team and stuff, and how they're always on the team of their captain and stuff. But yeah, I really love his relationship with his team and like just their banter and the way they relate and stuff, their vibes. So I really appreciate that. So if that's something you really like, then definitely check this drama out for that, because I feel like you'd enjoy it here also. Something else, like a character that I didn't go in here expecting to love, but I am like in love with this character right now, is Dr. Zhang. Dr. Zhang is our female lead, like boss in the hospital. He's like a professor, also a director. But I absolutely love his character so much. Like, he is so shippable with everyone. And like, I really do want him with Migu. The only reason I want him with Migu though is because I feel like Migu's story with our second main lead is just all kinds of messed up, and I'll go into that in a little bit. However, I feel like at least if he takes Migu away from our second main lead, that will stop me from being annoyed by Migu, because right now I am absolutely done with Migu. Like, I am like, as far as I'm concerned, she's trash to me right now. So and we'll talk about that. However, I really like him with Xiao Jun's mom, so I would also like to see that. The one person I really don't want to see him with at all is Dr. Lee. Like, I really do not want him with Dr. Lee. I can't stand that woman at all for the way she acted over Xiao Jun's health and everything, like the medical diagnosis. I really dislike that. Also for the fact that she's basically using Dr. Zhang just to try to get this position that she wants for this trip and stuff. That's why she's trying to get with Dr. Zhang again. Plus, she actually like cheated on Dr. Zhang, and I'm like, dude, I can't stand you. You cheated on him and now you're trying to get back with him. Like, the audacity of this woman. So yeah, that's a character I really cannot stand, Dr. Lee. So that's someone I can't stand, but I absolutely adore Dr. Zhang. And the second male lead, I don't like him or dislike him right now. Literally, he's just a character that's just there for me right now. Literally, I feel like our female lead and our male lead have mostly overpowered everyone else for me in this drama, which is kind of a good thing for me, but might be a bad thing for others. So I don't really care for the second male lead. My only thing with the second male lead is he really like 100% bad, or is he an undercover cop? I don't think he's undercover, because he really does have beef with our main lead. And my suspicion or my theory is that basically the attack that led to our main lead's best friend's death is the attack that caused what's it called, second male lead's issues and turn in life. I feel like that was his turning point, something that they had that connection and stuff. Maybe it was also what led to his mom's sickness, either his mom's sickness or his sickness, or maybe even both of them sickness. But I do think that attack is definitely connected. Main things that literally annoy me right now in this drama are: one, she's supposed to be a military doctor, right? Now correct me if I am wrong. I don't know how the military works in China, and I know what like my friends who are in the military right now have experienced and their training and that are in the medical field have gone through, and I'm confused. Did she not have military training at all? Because there's this scene where, okay, she has never used the gun before. She's not familiar with guns. She's only held a gun once when she was in like some sort of like training or something. And I was literally so confused, because I'm like, wait, did you do that in basic? Like, wait, what? She doesn't know how to use a gun? Because yeah, I know you're treating people in the military. However, my understanding of medical doctors that are in the army is they still get the same training that the normal like army officers get, to get the basic understanding of things so they can protect yourself in certain situations where they need to, or protect their patients and stuff, because you never really know depending on where you're shipped off to and stuff. So you do learn how to use the guns and all that and fight and protect yourself, but it almost feels like she never got this training. And okay, let's say, okay, she wasn't trained in guns. Okay, what of running? Because there's this scene where she was running, he was trying to make her run, and girlfriend ran for like 2 seconds and stopped and she couldn't run anymore. And I was confused. I'm like, wait, I'm so confused right now. Did you just go to like military school and just somehow become a doctor and you never get like recurrent trainings and stuff? Like, I was so confused. So if there's someone out there that knows how the Chinese military works and can clear this up for me, please clear it up for me, because right now that's something that annoys me about her. Because I'm like, wait, you're in the army. I'm not saying she's useless, because I don't feel like she's useless. Some might think she's useless. I don't think she's useless. I just feel like she should know more than she knows and stuff right now. And she hasn't really been placed in that situation where I guess she should use the things she knows. But it feels like Amelia is currently, or he tried to currently train her to learn the things she should have already learned during her basic training, which has me confused. So that's one thing that literally has me confused with her character and stuff. And I'm like, wait, are you in the military or are you not in the military? I don't get it. So if you know what's going on, please clarify for me in the comments down below. Something else I also don't like is Dr. Lee. Like I said, she's absolute trash. I've told you why. Migu! That snake! A snake, I tell you. I had so much hope for her. Look here. I think the reason why many people are not as upset with Migu as they should be is because we realize that our female lead is over our second male lead and is basically falling in love with our male lead. If that was not the case, we will all think Migu is a snake, because Migu finds out that this dude that she has a crush on is the person that her friend has such a deep past with. She doesn't tell her friend. Instead, she tries to make opportunities to meet with this guy so they can hook up and get into a relationship. She hides from her friend when this dude basically almost loses his life and is admitted in the hospital, until someone basically pushes her to contact her friend. And then one time when her friend contacts her, she basically hangs up on her friend when she's with that dude. Like, so many little things. I'm like, this girl is a snake in green grass. I don't like her. See, she's so shady. And if our male lead was not in the picture, could you have imagined, just imagine what you would have thought of her going after our second male lead, who would have been our male lead if our male lead was not in the picture, in the way she's doing right now? Wouldn't you think she's a snake? So why is it different just because our female lead is not into him right now? At least for me, it's not different. I still think she's a snake. If she had told our female lead, hey, I'm into this guy, do you have a problem with me dating him? That's just all I wanted from her. Like, just be clean with your friend. This is how I feel. Be honest. Maybe it's just because I am so particular about honesty, but if she had just been honest with her friend from the start, like, this is how I feel, or even later on, I get how you may have felt some type of way about telling her in the beginning, but at least later on tell her now that this is how I feel. But no, Migu wouldn't do that. Migu is still there plotting and planning behind our female lead. That is not a good friend as far as I'm concerned, but that's just me though. Anyways, also really love the color palette in this. The color palette kind of reminds me of the color palette of Bread of Destiny. For anyone who has watched that drama, if you like the color palette in Bread of Destiny, you'd like the color palette of this drama. Something else I really do appreciate about this drama is the diversity in the first episode when they were in a foreign country and stuff. And I know a lot of people might have had an issue with the English that was spoken in the first few episodes when they were in the foreign country. I didn't have an issue with it, maybe just because I have watched Bread of Destiny and I know that English is not your first language, so I'm not going into this expecting perfect English and stuff, so I didn't have a problem with that. But that might be something that some folks out there might have an issue with. Apart from that, I am definitely looking forward to the growth of our male lead and our female lead's characters as a whole. Hopefully she gets to be less of someone who gets into arguments without thinking first and stuff, and she becomes a little bit more mellow, and he tends to open up a little bit more to her. So I'm really looking forward to that relationship between them. Also, obviously, I am looking forward to their romance and stuff, because Huang Jingyu does romance really good when he's determined to do it well. So I am definitely looking forward to that relationship. I'm definitely looking forward to see who Dr. Zhang ends up with. But yeah, so far I am definitely enjoying this drama. Let me know your thoughts if you've already checked it out, and if you've not checked it out, give it a chance till at least episode 10. Don't just give up on episode 2 and say the female lead is really annoying you. Try to stick it out till episode 10, and if by episode 10 you really don't like it, then you can give up on it, like literally. I will not hold you liable. But anyways, go ahead and give this video a like, go ahead and share, subscribe, and keep being the awesome, beautiful people you are. From me to you all, you know, I've got some love for you all. Stay awesome.